Hello guys, this is Vernus Melon. Welcome to another episode of Castle Crush. In today's episode, I will tell you everything you need to know about the card Giant Growth. Before we start, let me just show you someone who deserves special thanks and special credits that I have to tell you guys about him, who is Bob from the clan Empire Rising. Now, as I had said, this is like the great player from a great clan. Empire Rising is definitely one of the most respected clans in Castle Crush, and Bob is also almost always number 1 or number 2 top players in Canada and worldwide as well. So the reason I am bringing him up is because not only because he inspired me for doing this video on Giant Growth, and he verified part of my theory, but also he had shared his theory as well. His discovery, and also he had proved it mathematically with great detailed explanation. So it's a well-deserved special thanks to you. Thanks, Bob. And his YouTube name is Sylvain. So I will put a link down in description to you guys about the video where he left a comment for it. I believe it's number 20 of my Castle Crush videos, and also I will put down in description about his exact explanation. It's really long but detailed, also proved mathematically. So I'm sure if you read it, you will see everything he has to say about Giant Growth. It really makes so much sense after you read it. But now let's get started on my take. To begin with, like everyone knows that Giant Growth, say if you have a level 10 Giant Growth, then it will make your higher level cards change into level 10. So say if you put if my level 10 Giant Growth is used on my Storm Elemental, which is a legendary card. So if you read the description here, for legendary troop, which the second last row, legendary troop level limit is going to change to level 2, which is its current level. So when I put my Giant Growth on level 5 Storm Elemental, it's going to change level 5 Storm to a level 2 Storm. So the same stat that the Storm had grown from level 5 bonus will remain, but from that point on, when I put my Giant Growth, the growth rate will change into level 2 Storm Elemental's growth rate. Now, what has been grown will not get deducted, but the growth rate is the growth rate that changed. And that's also true for Phoenix. That the growth rate after, say, I put a Giant Growth on level 4 Phoenix, is going to change to level 2 Phoenix. But if it's +2, then it's +2 level 2 Phoenix. If it's +4, then it's +4 level 2 Phoenix. Phoenix, every time it's reborn, it's like a new card. It's like another new unit gets caught into the field. So like, for example, if you put Giant Growth on the egg after Phoenix rise again, it will be just a normal Phoenix instead of a giant boosted Phoenix, because the egg is the egg, and Phoenix, when it is reborn, it's just like a new unit, brand new unit, and Giant Growth is not affect the new Phoenix. Okay, that's the first thing I have to say. Second thing I think is confusing for a lot of people, which is in the description it reads, your strongest troop gets infused with even more strength. Giant Growth level limits grown troop level. Now, what had troubled me is it says your strongest troop will get buffed, but how do you define strongest? Is it by attack damage or is it by health? It took me a while to find out, but the truth is that your troop within range, with the strongest, like with the highest health, which is HP, will get boosted. To give you an example, if I had put down a Storm Elemental along with my Spike statue, and then I tried to put Giant Growth in the same area, it's the spike statue that's going to get boosted instead of my giant growth. So spike statue doesn't have any attack damage. It only has return damage. Even after my storm had grown way beyond 172 attack damage, still it's going to be the spike statue that's going to get buffed, because at that point spike statue has way more health, which is over 3000 HP. So in terms of strongest here that's mentioned in the description, it means it refers to health point. Now with that clear out of the way, oh actually let me mention furthermore, I think it's like the maximum health that's mentioned. So say if my spike statue lost a ton of HP, but its max health is still over 3000, so the 3000 attribute is what's being considered instead of the current actual health. I think I haven't tested it, but I think that's what I had been seeing all the time. That's the second point I have to mention. The third point is about what Bob had added to the table is about the giant growth rate. Basically, what you have seen me doing in the, I'll just explain it along I play the star mode. I'm sure what you have seen me doing in my previous star mode games are I kinda hold on to the giant growth as late as possible, because I thought giant growth was exponential, like proportional to the original damage and health, which is true, and it's also confirmed by Bob. But okay, let's see, I'm in a tricky spot. But Bob had mentioned that in the regular star mode, like the daily mode star mode, I'll probably lose this one. Yeah, I'll give him the round while explaining. Like every single troop I put on the field has a basic growth rate, right? You see, like the angels and everything are growing seconds after seconds. That growth rate is constant. So no matter when I put down the giant growth, it's always going to be the same result in terms of buffing the certain particular troop. For example, if I have the giant growth and a golem or angel and I buff it right away, it's the same as I wait for 10 seconds or 20 seconds and then buff it, because the growth rate is always going to be constant. And the growth rate, I mean the growth rate is constant, but it's exponential or proportional to the original attribute, just like the giant growth. So it's always going to be somewhere, like, just to give you an example, like 10% bonus every second, for example. So no matter when I put down giant growth, it's always going to be 10%. So at the end of the day, if you do the math, it's the same, except for the storm elemental, because storm has a special bonus, like it's a special card that it has its bonus storm itself, you know. I'm losing my words, but let me just see if I can play a game with storm. Let's see. If you get lost around my explanation, make sure you scroll down to see the description I had, or the comments I had posted that I had quoted from Bob. I'm sure he does much better explanation. Let's see what I can get. So you see, each second my Hollow Knight is growing, and is growing proportional to its current health and attack damage. So even after I had giant growth, it's still growing faster than, like, the giant growth Hollow Knight is growing faster than the non-giant growth Hollow Knight. You see what I mean? Because its attribute is higher, so the proportional giant growth, or the storm growing rate, is faster. Like the basic storm mode bonus effect is faster because the giant growth Hollow Knight has higher attribute, right? But that's not true for Storm, because aside from the Storm mode bonus attribute, Storm has a basic bonus attribute, which is what makes it Storm, you know, and that is constant. So it's better to play giant growth on Storm as late as you can to get the highest result. And that's as far as I'll go in terms of explaining giant growth. It can get really complicated, but if you want to see the proof, again, make sure you check down below and see how Bob had proved it mathematically. And he did a really good job explaining it. Which I'm super excited about, because I would like to cultivate, and because the game is not that deep, but if it were, or if you have anything to say about any cards, I would love to say them or hear them. Because the more detailed you get about the game, the more fun it is for you, and the more maneuvers you can do. That's why I really appreciate comments like that. The bottom line is try to play the giant growth on your Storm as late as you can. However, onto other troop, then it's whenever you can, just play it. It doesn't matter how much it grow at the end of the day. It's always going to be the same, I guess is a message. With that out of the way, I will try to create the biggest Dark Angel, level 11. Now I just need to buy some time before I can call my Dark Angel. Let's see if I can get rid of that warrior. Nope. Oh well, but people play with different purposes. Maybe to some people the fun lies within winning the game, you know. Wait, let me freeze first. Looks like I'll have to giant growth early. No, I will not be able to keep my Storm alive for long. There's my Winged, but I didn't have my Angel. Well, I don't mind it. I just need to... Let's see. Can I penetrate? Probably not at this point. Let's see how much damage that ballista is doing. Well, it's definitely not enough to penetrate those triple angel combo, but it's still something. Okay, nice. Now we're talking. Fire up the cannon, man. Fire up the cannon. This is it. It does not. Okay, nice. It does not get better than this. It does not get better than this. See how big that. Oh, did you see how he is trying to finish me with the meteor? Okay. Do you see how his face? He's like, I know this doesn't work, but just let me shoot one more arrow. Just one more arrow. Like, just one more arrow, baby. You see how his smile was? Oh well. I have let you guys see me enough, see me losing enough. Now let me just win a couple of games instead. No, I'm not using that. Let's see. Yeah, let's win some games. That definitely helps. And let me include a cannon just for fun. Okay. Now everything's for the win, so I'll just try to finish him off as soon as I can. Or get finished as soon as I can. There is my warrior.
Fresh blood.
And there's my beloved Hollow Knight. Wait, my Hollow Knight is not dying thanks to the storm mode. GG. He did put up an effort. I mean, he did put up a fight, but it's not too hard to win this mode if you have high level early troops like the rush decks, and it'll be even stronger with the Standardbearer, of course, because all you need to do is to lay damage upon your opponent's castle. So. Too bad I don't have giant growth this game because it can really work. But since I wanted to win, I will just do what I can to win the game. Wanted to see if he wants to keep challenging my storm, but I guess he got tired. now we're having an Enchant Demon. It does feel weird to see that it takes 2 hits for a UCD to take care of a single archer. Play that there.
Fresh blood.
Freeze didn't make it. I guess I was too greedy. Who's being greedy now, my friend? GG. This is probably the last one. I mean, I could go on, but it doesn't. It's almost always the same if you want to win the Storm daily mode. You know, there is not much change to it if you're too focused to winning the game in Storm mode. Just play the rush deck and try to out DPS your opponent. That's all. Yeah, GG. I mean, let me just play one more. See if I can get. Yeah, I was gonna say, see if I can get a level 12 opponent. Looks like I need to defend a little bit, so let's put down an angel first and then play my. Oh, nice wind. Definitely nice gust of wind. And that's a Standardbearer. That's a Standardbearer. So I will hold on to my wind. And now let me push. So what we know is that he had played 2 wind and one blizzard. I played 1 wind and I have 2 blizzard, another wind coming. So I should be able to win this no matter how it plays out. Leave alone I'm doing more DPS to his castle than he is doing to mine. So that's basically how you have to win the game. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks again to Bob or Sylvain on YouTube or Bob in Castle Crush for your inspiration and your detailed explanation. It's much appreciated, and I will see you soon. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribe, or if you have been around, make sure you hit that like button if you like what I do, and see you next time. Thanks. Bye.